So, you want to make some real money selling Canva templates? Well, the opportunity heading into 2026 is absolutely huge, but probably not in the way you're thinking. Let's break down the new rules for success, shall we?
You know, when you're scrolling through Etsy or Pinterest, it's easy to think that the secret is just making the absolute prettiest, most aesthetic templates out there. But what if I told you that's the one thing that might be holding you back from actually making real money?
Yep, you're thinking about it all wrong. The whole market has shifted. That old approach of just making pretty designs, it's now the fastest way to get completely buried by all the competition.
So here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll bust the pretty template myth. Then I'll show you the real profit formula that actually works. We'll dive into some super high demand niches. And finally, I'll give you a profitable blueprint to get started.
Okay, let's kick things off with the biggest myth holding creators back. This idea that pretty, aesthetic templates are what really sell. Honestly, this is probably the single biggest reason most new sellers fail. Think about it like this. Aesthetic templates are just optional. They're a nice to have, but functional templates, they are essential tools. They solve a very specific problem for a very specific audience. And that right there, that's the key difference. That's where the profit is.
So if it's not about being pretty, then what is it about? Well, this is the core of it all. This is the real profit formula. And let me tell you, this is the secret to unlocking consistent income with Canva.
It really all boils down to this simple 3-step formula. First, you've got to target a specific niche. Second, you solve a real burning problem they have. And third, you bundle it all together for higher value. Niche, problem, bundle. That's it. That's the magic formula.
Okay, so where is this formula actually working? Let's get into the good stuff, the high-demand niches where customers are practically begging for solutions right now. Take planners, for example. These aren't just about looking nice. They're about helping people get their lives in order. There is a huge demand for specialized digital planners. Think things for ADHD management or detailed budget tracking, especially with how popular apps like GoodNotes have become.
Educational templates are another absolute gold mine. I mean, parents and teachers are always looking for ways to save time. And the best part? The demand is super predictable. You get these huge spikes during back-to-school season and right before big exam periods. And this is where the real money is. When you create templates for professionals, like real estate agents or coaches, you're solving a problem that directly impacts their income, and that means they are much more willing to pay a premium for your solution. All right, let's get practical. We've got the formula, we've got the niches, now let's actually build out your blueprint for success. Okay, pricing. Here are some typical price ranges you might see, but remember, the most important thing is to price based on the value you provide. If your template bundle is going to save someone hours and hours of work every week, don't you dare be afraid to charge for that. Now, bundling is your superpower here. You're not just selling a few random templates. You are selling a complete, done-for-you solution. This makes buying from you an absolute no-brainer for your customer, and it dramatically increases the value of what you're offering. Where you sell matters just as much as what you sell. Etsy is a fantastic starting point because of the built-in traffic. Gumroad is perfect for creators who already have an audience. And of course, your own website gives you complete control. Honestly, a lot of successful sellers use a mix of all three to maximize their reach. Finally, let's quickly cover the big mistakes to avoid. Don't sell those generic pretty templates. Don't underprice your work. Please don't try to sell to everyone. And always use professional-looking mock-ups to present your products. If you can avoid these pitfalls, you'll already be way ahead of the game. So what's the bottom line here? It's not about being the best designer in the world. It's about being the most useful. Find a niche, solve their specific problems, and bundle that solution into a high-value offer. That, my friends, is the winning formula. Look, the opportunity here is massive, and you really don't need to be a design expert to get started. You have the formula now. So the only question left is, what problem are you going to solve first? Now go build something amazing.